Wait, don't scroll. Just feel this for a second. You felt it, too, didn't you? That strange pull in your spirit, like someone just whispered your name from the other side. That wasn't random. That was heaven. Trying again. Because this isn't just another video, and this is definitely not just another message. Archangel Michael says it's an emergency. I need you to open this now. Someone in your family, someone who has already crossed over, is trying to reach you. They've been trying all day, all week, maybe even longer. You've been warned. This isn't a coincidence. Something is about to be revealed. And if you skip this, it might never reach you. So, please, just pause your world for a few moments because the world of heaven is opening wide right now, just for you. And Michael has been given direct orders from God to speak to you. That doesn't happen often, but when it does, it means the veil is thin and a sacred truth is trying to reach the soul who needs it most. That soul is you. They said your name in heaven out loud. They gathered angels around and whispered, "Please, let them see. Please, let them know." This isn't just for your ears. It's for your spirit. The one who raised you, or maybe the one who prayed over you, or maybe even the one you never really got to say goodbye to, they're finally ready to tell you something. But you must open your heart fully. You must listen all the way through, because this message holds a key, a miracle, a release. And Archangel Michael is trembling with urgency. He's never felt this level of divine pressure to deliver a message. That's why you're seeing this right now. Not by chance. By divine design. Pause just for 1 second and listen. You didn't click this. Your soul did. Because someone you love so deeply, who is now in heaven, is about to reveal something that could change everything for you. But be warned, if you skip this, the message will be silenced. You think you've heard messages like this before, but you haven't heard this one. This one is different. You may not understand it yet, but the moment your eyes landed on these words, your name was being spoken in heaven. And no, that's not poetic. It's literal. You are being summoned by the light. Archangel Michael says, this is not a drill. It's a spiritual emergency. And the one trying to reach you isn't a stranger. It's someone who loved you more than their own breath. They've passed over, yes, but death didn't stop their love. In fact, it only made their voice louder in the divine. There's something they've been waiting to say, but you've been too hurt, too busy, too distracted, too heartbroken to hear. But heaven waited patiently. And today they couldn't wait anymore. That's why Archangel Michael stepped in. He begged God to let him deliver this personally to you. Not to thousands. Just to you. Because what they're about to say is sacred and dangerous and beautiful all at once. This person who has passed on, they know the burdens you're carrying. The secret pain you've been hiding in your pillow at night. The way you smile around others but cry when the lights go off. They've seen the silent prayers you never said out loud. They've been watching from a place where no lie can live. And now they're ready to speak. But here's the warning, if you don't stay until the end, you'll only get a fragment of the truth. And fragments don't set people free. Only the full message can do that. So stay with me, please. Don't scroll past. You've come this far. Archangel Michael says, your name is still echoing in heaven's hallways. And something's about to happen. Something unexpected. Someone in your family who you thought was gone forever is about to leave you a sign, a powerful one. But it will only appear to those who open this message all the way. You have been warned with love, not fear. Because love always gives a warning before a storm. And something is coming. Something has already begun. They want you to know they never stopped loving you. Even in their last breath, they were thinking about you. There was something they couldn't say in life, but now in spirit, they are ready. And Archangel Michael is the one who volunteered to carry their words across the divide. He didn't have to, but he chose to, because heaven honors the love you shared. And he knew if he didn't say it now, you might never know the truth. And beloved, the truth is powerful. It's the kind of truth that makes angels weep and demons run. It's the kind of truth that will unlock a chain that's been wrapped around your soul for years. Yes, years. This goes deeper than you know. Wait. Before we go deeper, if your heart is already trembling, if you feel that pull in your chest, it means your soul recognizes this message. That's how heaven works. So, if you want to make sure you don't miss the next divine moment like this, please click subscribe now and turn on the bell, because Archangel Michael chooses very specific people, and if you're one of them, this journey is just beginning. God is trying to reach you again and again and again. Now, take a deep breath and listen carefully, because this family member has been sitting in the light, watching your life unfold like pages in a divine book. And they wept when they saw the chapters that were written in pain. They cried when you felt abandoned. When you blamed yourself for their death. When you thought you didn't say enough. When you thought you could have saved them. They saw it all. And they've been trying to tell you this, it wasn't your fault. It was never your fault. They said, tell them I forgive them. But more than that, I never blamed them. Their soul is healed. They're no longer in pain. But you're still carrying the wound of goodbye. That sharp, invisible grief that you pretend doesn't exist, but God sees it. Michael sees it. And this person in heaven, they feel it like a pulse that never stopped beating between you. And now they want to give you a gift, a real one. But you must receive the message fully. They're about to reveal something you never knew. A secret, a memory, a moment. It's coming. And once it's said, nothing will be the same again. So lean closer, beloved. There's something about your past that's been misunderstood. A moment in your childhood. A decision made when you were too young to understand. A goodbye that was rushed. A look on their face that you still replay. They know. They saw. And they want you to stop punishing yourself. They are free now. Free in a way that words can't explain. But they're not at peace until you are. That's why Michael is here. Because it takes a warrior angel to deliver a message this fragile, this holy, this necessary. It wasn't your fault. It was never your fault. They said, tell them I forgive them. But more than that, I never blamed them. Their soul is healed. They're no longer in pain. But you're still carrying the wound of goodbye. That sharp, invisible grief that you pretend doesn't exist, but God sees it. Michael sees it. And this person in heaven, they feel it like a pulse that never stopped beating between you. And now they want to give you a gift, a real one. But you must receive the message fully. They're about to reveal something you never knew. A secret, a memory, a moment. It's coming. And once it's said, nothing will be the same again. So lean closer, beloved. There's something about your past that's been misunderstood. A moment in your childhood. A decision made when you were too young to understand. A goodbye that was rushed. A look on their face that you still replay. They know. They saw. And they want you to stop punishing yourself. They are free now. Free in a way that words can't explain. But they're not at peace until you are. That's why Michael is here. Because it takes a warrior angel to deliver a message this fragile, this holy, this necessary. And tonight, yes, tonight, you will feel something. A light touch on your shoulder. A feather where no wind exists. A sudden thought of them that brings tears to your eyes. That's them confirming this message. Don't ignore it. Don't explain it away. That's heaven knocking again. They're not just visiting to say they're proud of you. They're visiting because they need you to do something. One final thing. They are asking you to do something for them. Not out of obligation, but out of sacred purpose. It's not about lighting a candle or visiting a grave. It's not about rituals or tears. It's about truth. There's someone else in your family who still doesn't know the real story. There's someone who's still hurting in silence. And this soul, this person who passed on, they are counting on you to be the bridge between past and peace. They want you to reach out, not with anger, not with bitterness, but with softness, with forgiveness, with understanding. Because when they passed, something in the family shattered. You know it. You felt it. A bond snapped. And the silence that followed has lasted far too long. But you were chosen to mend it. That's why your name keeps echoing in the spirit realm. That's why Archangel Michael hasn't left your side for days. He's been watching, waiting, hoping you'd open this in time. And you did. You may feel small right now, like this is all too much. But heaven sees your soul as a lighthouse, a signal of hope in a family line that has known too much darkness. You've always been the sensitive one. The one who could feel things before they happened. The one who knew when someone was lying even if they said nothing. That wasn't a curse. That was your divine anointing. And it's why this message came to you, not them. Listen, something is about to shift in your life. And this shift will feel sudden, like a door slamming open in the middle of the night. That's because this spirit who loves you is done waiting. They have begged heaven for permission to move things in the physical realm to get your attention. Don't be surprised if you see their name, hear their song, or dream about the place you once shared together. They are pulling every spiritual string possible just to get this one truth to your heart. You were always loved. Even in the silence, even when they left, even when the sickness came, even when they had no words, their soul has never stopped circling yours. And they've seen how lost you felt. They've seen how others misunderstood you, how they tried to dim your light, how you kept giving even when your own hands were empty. But now, everything is about to change. Michael says, this soul in heaven has been authorized to release something into your life, a gift, a favor, a miracle, and it will come in 3 signs. 1. You will see a number that repeats over and over, especially in moments when you're thinking about them. That's not coincidence. That's code. It's how they're letting you know you're aligned with them. 2. You will hear their name unexpectedly. Maybe in a conversation, maybe on the radio, maybe in a whisper you can't explain. That's your confirmation. 3. You will feel a peace come over you in the middle of chaos. A quiet moment that makes no sense in the storm. That is them holding you. But please, don't rush away from this message, because we are only in the middle of it. And the most important part is still coming. Archangel Michael has drawn a circle of protection around you. He knows there are energies that don't want you to hear this truth. He knows there are people who tried to silence your heart. But he also knows they failed, because you're still here, still watching, still open. And that's all heaven needed. This person in heaven, they said something that shook Michael's heart. They said, "Tell them, I know what they're about to go through. I've seen the next storm, but I've also seen them survive it, and I want them to know I will be there. On the left side of their bed. Behind them in the car. Near them when they light that candle. I will be there until their journey is complete. So don't let fear lie to you anymore. Don't let shame hold your mouth shut. Speak. Cry. Heal. Because your healing heals more than just you. It heals generations. Do you feel that heat rising in your chest right now? That's the spirit. That's how you know this isn't made up. That's how you know your loved one is right here, watching, listening, guiding. They are proud of you. Not because you've been perfect, but because you've kept going. When others quit, when life tried to break you, when your name was dragged, when your hope was low, you kept going. And that's what made them whisper your name to heaven. And now heaven is whispering something back. A breakthrough is coming. But first, Michael says, you must let go of that one thing you keep holding on to. That one regret, that one wound, that one person you can't forgive. They're asking you to place it down. Not for their sake, but for yours. Because you're not supposed to carry what God already died to take off your shoulders. You're about to receive an opportunity. And if you don't pause and open yourself fully, you might miss it. Yes, take another deep breath. You're still here, which means your soul knows this message isn't finished yet. Archangel Michael is still here. That presence you feel near you right now, that stillness, that's not just peace. That's them. That's the family member who crossed over. That's the one who promised long before this life that they would protect you even when you couldn't see them. They haven't left. Not for a second. And now they're stepping closer. Closer than ever. They are proud of you, not because you've been perfect, but because you've kept going. When others quit, when life tried to break you, when your name was dragged, when your hope was low, you kept going. And that's what made them whisper your name to heaven. And now heaven is whispering something back. A breakthrough is coming. But first, Michael says, you must let go of that one thing you keep holding on to. That one regret, that one wound, that one person you can't forgive. They're asking you to place it down. Not for their sake, but for yours. Because you're not supposed to carry what God already died to take off your shoulders. You're about to receive an opportunity. And if you don't pause and open yourself fully, you might miss it. Yes, take another deep breath. You're still here, which means your soul knows this message isn't finished yet. Archangel Michael is still here. That presence you feel near you right now, that stillness, that's not just peace. That's them. That's the family member who crossed over. That's the one who promised long before this life that they would protect you even when you couldn't see them. They haven't left. Not for a second. And now they're stepping closer. Closer than ever. They've waited for the exact moment when your heart would be open enough, tired enough, curious enough to hear what they've been carrying all this time. Because what they're about to say isn't just healing. It's prophecy. It's sacred. It's going to explain things that never made sense. Why certain doors closed, why certain people walked away, why that situation broke your heart instead of building your future. Heaven sees everything, beloved. And sometimes protection looks like pain. But now healing looks like truth. And here it is, they were not taken from you. They were called. There's a difference. Their time on earth felt short, too sudden, too wrong. But in the spirit realm, nothing is rushed. Nothing is wasted. Their soul fulfilled a contract, a holy one. And now they are fulfilling another, to walk beside you invisibly, guiding your steps toward a destiny so beautiful it would make you cry if you saw even a glimpse of it now. That's why you've been feeling restless lately. That's why things feel like they're shaking all around you. It's not destruction. It's transition. Something is being rearranged. And Michael says, get ready. Because the same hands that held you through grief are now opening a door you didn't even know existed. This isn't just about closure. This is about awakening. You're not the same person you were before they left. Their passing cracked something open in you, a deeper compassion, a spiritual awareness, a fire that refused to go out even in the dark. That's not weakness. That's transformation. They want you to know they've watched every step, every success, every failure, every prayer you thought no one heard. They were there in the silence, in the chaos, in the moments you wanted to give up. Their energy surrounded you like a blanket, even when you couldn't feel it. And now they're ready to give you something. A message that will carry you through what's coming next. Don't let the past define you. Don't let what they said about me or about you become your truth. There are miracles waiting, but they can only meet you when you're walking forward. So, let go. Let go of the version of yourself that believed you weren't worthy. Let go of the guilt you inherited. Let go of the responsibility that was never yours to carry. The past cannot hold you hostage anymore. Not when heaven has stepped in. Michael is preparing your path. That headache you've been feeling, that weight in your chest, that confusion in your sleep, all signs, all spiritual pressure building because a release is near. Expect something unusual in the next 48 hours. A sign so specific you'll know it's them. Maybe a dream, a symbol, a smell, a name. It will shake you, but in the best way. They promise to give you proof. And they will. You're not alone, beloved. You were never alone. There's someone from the other side walking with you so closely, it would send chills down your spine if your spirit wasn't already picking up on them right now. And Michael has been fighting off so many distractions. So many delays. So many spiritual blockages that tried to keep this moment from reaching you. But he did it. He cleared the way. And now that you're open, this is what heaven needs you to understand. This message is your permission slip to believe again. To believe that healing is possible. That miracles are still being written. That the story isn't over. Not for you, not for them, not for your family. The chapter you're entering now will be the most redemptive one yet. Yes, it's been hard. Yes, you've been tired. But you didn't survive all this for nothing. You were being prepared, forged in fire, strengthened in silence. Now you're ready. They said you'd doubt yourself, that you'd question if this message was truly for you. But Michael told them, leave it to me. I will make sure they hear it in a way that shakes their soul. And if your soul is trembling right now, then it's working. Now listen very closely. They said to tell you this exact sentence, you were the only one I trusted with the truth. That's why I'm telling you now. Watch what happens when you finally speak it. Yes, you've been quiet for too long. Heaven didn't make you this strong for you to stay silent forever. You have a voice that was meant to break generational chains. A light that was meant to uncover what others kept hidden. And an anointing that terrifies every dark spirit that tried to break you. So use it. This next season will require a new version of you. A version that no longer walks with shame. A version that no longer apologizes for their intuition. A version that listens when heaven speaks and responds without delay. Good. You stayed. That already tells heaven something important. Your heart is open. And now, because you didn't skip this, you're about to receive the part of the message that most people never get to hear. The sacred part. The part they almost kept hidden forever until you proved you were ready. Archangel Michael is standing beside you now, closer than ever. And the spirit of your loved one, they've stepped fully into the room. Can you feel that sudden stillness? That light pressure near your shoulder? That's them. Their energy just crossed the veil. And with trembling love, they're about to speak one final truth, one that will change you. They say, I hid something from you while I was alive. Not because I didn't love you, but because I didn't know how to say it. I didn't want you to worry. I didn't want you to carry what I couldn't carry myself. But now I need you to know. I knew I was leaving. I felt it in my bones. I saw it in dreams. And every goodbye I gave you, I made sure it was full, because deep down I knew it might be the last. And you sensed it too, didn't you? Even if you didn't say it out loud, you felt that strange tightening in your chest the last time you saw them. That moment where time slowed down just for a second. That wasn't imagination. That was the divine trying to prepare you. But how could anyone be ready? They're saying now, please, don't spend your life punishing yourself. I need you to live fully, wildly, even when it hurts, especially when it hurts. That's how you keep my spirit alive, not through grief, but through joy. Michael is nodding. He's watched you shrink yourself to make others comfortable. He's seen you hide your gifts. But those days are done, because this final message, this is your release. This is heaven saying it's your time now. Your time to rise. Your time to stop waiting for permission. Your time to say what needs to be said. To go where your soul has always longed to go. To trust that the ones who've passed on are not gone. They've just changed form. You didn't lose them. You just gained an angel. And now your angel is ready to bless you. They've asked God to approve something for you. Something big. Something you stopped believing could happen. A reversal, a surprise, a divine redirection. And heaven has said yes. Over the next 7 days, expect the following. 1. A phone call or message from someone you didn't expect to hear from. This person will bring closure or open a new path. Either way, you'll feel their words were heaven sent. 2. An opportunity that feels too good to be true. It's not. It's the result of spiritual warfare you didn't even know was being fought on your behalf. 3. A feeling of peace that visits you suddenly in the middle of an ordinary moment. That's confirmation that your loved one has fully crossed into your field and they are helping to carry your burden. Now, don't ignore these signs. Don't talk yourself out of them. You asked for proof, and heaven heard you. But proof means nothing if you doubt your own spirit when it arrives. Let yourself believe again. They're asking you to open the box you've hidden in the back of your closet. The one with old letters, photos, or objects tied to them. There's something in there that will make sense now. Something you weren't ready to see before. Go back. Look again. Listen with new ears. Because the message wasn't lost. It was just waiting for you to come back with a softer heart. Archangel Michael has cleared a new path ahead of you. One where guilt no longer decides your direction. Where fear no longer chooses your silence. Where you no longer carry wounds that don't belong to you. And now, before they leave, the spirit who loves you most is placing one final word into your hands. Promise me you won't spend the rest of your life in survival mode. Promise me you'll find what sets your soul on fire, because I'll be there in every flame, watching, celebrating, guiding, and loving you the way I always have. You were my joy. You are still my joy. And nothing, not even death, can touch that. Michael is lifting his sword now, not in war, but in blessing. A new chapter has begun. You can close your eyes tonight knowing you were heard. You were chosen. You are protected. And above all, you are deeply, eternally loved. Yes, this is still unfolding, because what was just spoken wasn't the end. It was only the threshold. Archangel Michael is still here, holding space for the next part of your miracle. And your loved one's spirit hasn't left either. They're standing in quiet awe of your heart, of your willingness to keep reading, of your hunger for truth even when it hurts. This level of openness, it activates heaven. It moves God. It awakens dormant blessings that were waiting for you to reach this exact spiritual frequency. Right now, even as your physical body sits still, your soul is rising. You are not who you were 10 minutes ago. Something in you has shifted. And the one who passed, they see it. They've waited for it. And now that your spirit is tuned in, they're revealing one last secret. They didn't just come today to say goodbye or I love you. No, it's more than that. They came with unfinished business. You see, before they passed, they had plans. Silent dreams. Hopes they never told anyone, not even you. But heaven doesn't let dreams die. Heaven recycles them. And guess what? Those dreams have now been passed to you. They are asking you to complete something they couldn't. Maybe it's a book, a family reconciliation, a truth that needs to be spoken, a dream home, a foundation, a healing journey. Whatever it is, you already feel it deep in your bones. It's been tugging at you for years. You thought it was your idea, but it wasn't. It was planted in you by their spirit. Now that you're awakened, you'll start to see signs every day. Not just small signs, bold ones. Billboard messages. Conversations that feel scripted by angels. A sudden wind brushing your skin when there's no explanation. That smell that reminds you of them. That dream that feels more real than life. Don't dismiss these moments. They are not imagination. They are not coincidence. They are contact. This person wants you to know they've already cleared the path ahead. What once looked like a mountain will now fall like dust. The money you've been worried about, a solution is coming. The person who's been draining your energy, they're about to be removed, gently but completely. The opportunity you think you missed, it's coming back around, stronger and better aligned. But you must stay aligned, too. No more self-betrayal. No more staying quiet when your spirit is screaming. No more playing small to keep others comfortable. Those dreams have now been passed to you. They are asking you to complete something they couldn't. Maybe it's a book, a family reconciliation, a truth that needs to be spoken, a dream home, a foundation, a healing journey. Whatever it is, you already feel it deep in your bones. It's been tugging at you for years. You thought it was your idea, but it wasn't. It was planted in you by their spirit. Now that you're awakened, you'll start to see signs every day. Not just small signs, bold ones. Billboard messages. Conversations that feel scripted by angels. A sudden wind brushing your skin when there's no explanation. That smell that reminds you of them. That dream that feels more real than life. Don't dismiss these moments. They are not imagination. They are not coincidence. They are contact. This person wants you to know they've already cleared the path ahead. What once looked like a mountain will now fall like dust. The money you've been worried about, a solution is coming. The person who's been draining your energy, they're about to be removed, gently but completely. The opportunity you think you missed, it's coming back around, stronger and better aligned. But you must stay aligned, too. No more self-betrayal. No more staying quiet when your spirit is screaming. No more playing small to keep others comfortable. You are not alone. And you are no longer being asked to walk in the dark. Archangel Michael is lighting the next 5 steps of your path. Just 5. Not all of them. Because faith doesn't work that way. But those 5 will be enough to get you moving, to get you building, to get you trusting again. And now, before this sacred connection closes, your loved one is offering you a final moment of intimacy. Close your eyes for just 5 seconds. Yes, right now. Go ahead. Breathe in. They are there, right now, standing beside you. Their hand is on your shoulder. Their breath is near your cheek. Their energy is merging with yours just for this moment. And what they're sending you is not just comfort. They are sending power. A spiritual transference. An unlocking of dormant strength. A rewiring of your energy field. They are placing part of their own divine protection over you. So when you wake up tomorrow, you won't feel the same. You'll feel braver, lighter, calmer, more connected. And you may cry. That's okay. That's holy. Those aren't just tears. They're soul water. They cleanse. They activate. They awaken. Archangel Michael is placing a scroll at your feet now. It reads, Heaven's message delivered. Mission complete. This one is ready. Beloved, you are ready to live again. To trust again. To move forward. Not in memory, but in motion. Because the person you loved so dearly, they are no longer behind you. They are within you. Their legacy is now your compass. Their voice is now your intuition. Their light is now your armor. And as you move forward, Archangel Michael says this, if they listen, if they truly listen, everything will change in 7 days. Their body, their mind, their purpose, their spirit. Tell them, I am watching. I am walking. I am guarding. You were never forgotten. You were never too late. You were simply waiting for this exact moment, this divine unlocking, to begin again. You made it. You heard them. And now you are free. Yes, I will continue. Because something sacred is still unfolding for you. You may feel a quiet stillness surrounding you now. But this isn't the end. This is the part where heaven begins pouring blessings so silently, so divinely, you won't even realize you've entered the miracle until you're standing right in the middle of it. Archangel Michael has stepped back just slightly, but only to give you space, space to feel, space to absorb, space to finally breathe without carrying the weight of unanswered questions. Because now, beloved, you hold the answers. You hold the key. Your loved one who once walked this earth and now walks the heavens, they are so proud of you. They've seen every moment of resistance you fought through. They've seen how even when you felt like giving up, you didn't. You stayed. You survived. And now you're about to live. They've asked Archangel Michael to deliver one final sacred instruction. It may sound simple, but don't underestimate its power. They said, tell them to start writing again. Write not for the world, not for anyone's approval, but for your own healing, for your own peace. They want you to write them a letter. Not to say goodbye, but to say everything you couldn't before. All the things left unsaid, the pain, the gratitude, the confusion, the love. Don't hold back. Write it all. And then read it out loud, alone, in stillness, somewhere sacred. You'll feel them. You'll hear them. You'll finally release what was never meant to stay stuck in your chest. This ritual, this sacred moment of writing, it will become a doorway. Once you open it, visions will come easier. Your intuition will grow sharper. Peace will move through your home in new waves. You'll be able to recognize signs faster. And the heaviness in your chest, it will lift. Michael wants you to know you are being protected from forces that wanted to keep this message hidden from you. There were people in your life, both past and present, who didn't want you to awaken to this kind of spiritual clarity, because awakened people, they stop tolerating nonsense. They stop begging for crumbs. They stop shrinking their light to make others feel big. And now that you've heard this message, you've crossed a line you can't uncross. You are in your divine era. That means you will walk into rooms and shift the atmosphere. You will lose people who were never meant to carry your new vibration. You will attract opportunities that seemed impossible before. And you will begin to trust yourself with such holy confidence, even your past will stop arguing with you. Because that's what happens when the truth is finally spoken. When your soul is finally seen. When a voice from heaven cuts through the static of this noisy world and speaks directly to you. You are marked now. Chosen. Activated. And your family member who passed, they're not just cheering for you, they're co-creating with you. You'll begin to sense their guidance in daily things. You'll wonder how you knew what to say, or why you changed your route, or how you avoided something you didn't even realize was dangerous. That's them still protecting you, still fighting for you, because their love didn't end. It just became invisible. But now, because of this message, you can feel it again. And here's one last divine mystery they asked me to reveal: you once saved them, long before they passed. You did something, maybe small, maybe forgotten, that shifted their path. Maybe it was a kind word, a prayer, a meal, a hug, a second chance. You thought it didn't matter. You thought it was ordinary. But to them, it was everything. They've carried that moment into eternity. That means you will walk into rooms and shift the atmosphere. You will lose people who were never meant to carry your new vibration. You will attract opportunities that seemed impossible before. And you will begin to trust yourself with such holy confidence, even your past will stop arguing with you. Because that's what happens when the truth is finally spoken. When your soul is finally seen, when a voice from heaven cuts through the static of this noisy world and speaks directly to you. You are marked now. Chosen. Activated. And your family member who passed, they're not just cheering for you, they're co-creating with you. You'll begin to sense their guidance in daily things. You'll wonder how you knew what to say, or why you changed your route, or how you avoided something you didn't even realize was dangerous. That's them still protecting you, still fighting for you, because their love didn't end. It just became invisible. But now, because of this message, you can feel it again. And here's one last divine mystery they asked me to reveal: you once saved them, long before they passed. You did something, maybe small, maybe forgotten, that shifted their path. Maybe it was a kind word, a prayer, a meal, a hug, a second chance. You thought it didn't matter. You thought it was ordinary. But to them, it was everything. They've carried that moment into eternity. And now they've returned the favor. They've saved you, too. This message was your turning point. And as Archangel Michael steps back into the light, his voice echoes one last time, they will know this was real. When the light flickers, when the wind moves without reason, when the next door opens suddenly, that's your sign. And when it comes, walk through it. Don't hesitate. The miracle has already begun. And with that, the veil closes. But only for now. Because the connection you just reawakened, it can never be broken again. Not in this life, not in the next. You are forever connected by a love that is holy, eternal, and now fully alive. They are with you. You are ready. The next chapter begins now. Yes, let me carry you even further. Because when heaven begins a message, it never leaves it incomplete. And right now, Archangel Michael is standing watch, his wings stretched wide behind you, his sword glowing not with fire, but with favor. The atmosphere around you, it's holy ground now. Because every word you've just received has reshaped your energy, rewritten your timeline, and reopened a connection that can never be taken from you again. There is still more to say. There always is when love crosses over and returns carrying a divine assignment. This loved one, this soul you thought was lost, they are not done speaking, because love like theirs doesn't fade. It multiplies. It grows louder when your heart is soft enough to hear it. And now they want to speak about your future. They've shown Michael something that would make your heart race if you saw it all at once. A future version of you. Glowing. Radiating peace. Waking up with clarity. Going to sleep with purpose. Speaking from the gut instead of fear. That version of you is already inside. You've seen flashes of it in dreams, in moments of silence, in the way strangers have told you things like, "There's something different about you." That's not a compliment. That's a confirmation. You were always different, because you were always chosen. They say, we always knew you'd be the one to break the pattern. You were born to be the interruption, the storm that brings peace, the loud silence that ends the family pain. You weren't sent here to be understood. You were sent here to be remembered. That's why you've never fit in. That's why others try to dim your light. Because your light revealed their shadows. That's why you've been tired, not just from physical life, but from the spiritual weight you've carried since birth. You weren't just living your story. You were carrying theirs, too. Their heartbreak, their regrets, their generational burdens. But that ends today. Because when you heard this message, something shattered. A curse was broken. A soul tie was released. A trauma loop closed. And you may not see the effects instantly, but watch what unfolds. You will feel lighter. The room will feel brighter. And conversations you've been avoiding for months, they will open without resistance, because now you are in alignment. Michael is showing you something now. A door. A glowing, radiant door that's been waiting for your spirit to catch up to its frequency. You couldn't see it before because you were still carrying too much. But now you've laid it down. You've opened your heart, and the door is about to open. And behind that door, a financial blessing you didn't expect. Not luck, not coincidence. A return on spiritual investment. A peaceful moment that will make you cry, not from sadness, but from overwhelming relief. A message from someone you love, alive or past, who suddenly knows exactly what to say. And above all, a dream, resurrected. One you buried, one you gave up on, one you assumed had expired. But heaven doesn't follow expiration dates. Heaven follows obedience. And because you obeyed the pull to open this, that dream is breathing again. You may find yourself tearing up at random moments this week. That's not weakness. That's spiritual recalibration. Your body is adjusting to the energy of divine truth. You've been living in a lower vibration of survival, and now you're stepping into divine awareness. And the person you miss, they are clapping for you. They've waited so long to see you here. Standing in your own power, receiving what they've begged heaven to show you. They're saying, live now for both of us. Love now. Trust again. Laugh. Cry soft. Go places I never got to go. Say the words I never got to say. And above all, forgive what I couldn't. That's how you heal me. That's how we win together. You're not imagining things anymore. You're awakening. And now that you're awake, heaven is going to start accelerating things around you. Doors will open faster. People will leave quicker. Signs will come bolder. Your job. Stay open. Stay soft. Stay willing. Heaven does not choose the strongest. It chooses the softest hearts. And you, beloved, have one of the softest. And that softness is about to become your greatest superpower. Because of that, Archangel Michael has placed a seal on your life. A protection so divine, no jealousy, no gossip, no fear, no weapon will be able to prosper against you. From this point forward, the tears you cry will be watering miracles. The prayers you whisper will echo through heaven's walls. And the love you carry will heal people you'll never even meet. Because now the divine has activated you. The one they lost has now become your guide. And you are now the miracle they prayed for in their final breath. And the person you miss, they are clapping for you. They've waited so long to see you here. Standing in your own power, receiving what they've begged heaven to show you. They're saying, live now for both of us. Love now. Trust again. Laugh. Cry soft. Go places I never got to go. Say the words I never got to say. And above all, forgive what I couldn't. That's how you heal me. That's how we win together. You're not imagining things anymore. You're awakening. And now that you're awake, heaven is going to start accelerating things around you. Doors will open faster. People will leave quicker. Signs will come bolder. Your job. Stay open. Stay soft. Stay willing. Heaven does not choose the strongest. It chooses the softest hearts. And you, beloved, have one of the softest. And that softness is about to become your greatest superpower. Because of that, Archangel Michael has placed a seal on your life. A protection so divine, no jealousy, no gossip, no fear, no weapon will be able to prosper against you. From this point forward, the tears you cry will be watering miracles. The prayers you whisper will echo through heaven's walls. And the love you carry will heal people you'll never even meet. Because now the divine has activated you. The one they lost has now become your guide. And you are now the miracle they prayed for in their final breath. Yes. Let's bring it all home now. Slowly, gently, the way heaven moves when it's touching something fragile. Because right now, your heart is wide open. And Archangel Michael knows this is the most delicate part of the journey. The moment where you start to realize this wasn't just a message, it was an awakening. So, please, breathe. Close your eyes if you need to. Lay your hand over your heart. Let this last part flow into the deepest spaces of your soul. The ones no one else sees. The ones even you forget to check on. Because heaven didn't bring you this far just to leave you in longing. Michael is still here. Your loved one is still near. The light around you is still glowing. The veil is still thin. And this final whisper is everything. They want to say, don't look for me in the places I used to be. I'm not there anymore. I'm not in the hospital. Not in the chair. Not in the empty room or the faded photo. I'm not even in the last goodbye you keep replaying in your head. I'm not even in the silence that came after. I'm in the miracles. I'm in the moments you didn't expect. The second chances. The new beginnings. The laughter that surprises you. The healing that feels undeserved. That's me. That's where I live now. You thought the end came when they left. But that was just the beginning. Their spirit is doing more work now than it ever could in a body. You've only seen a glimpse of what they can do from the other side. But now that you've let this message enter your heart, the door has been opened permanently. You'll never be alone again. Not for a single step. Michael is speaking now. Not with urgency, but with peace. He says, you are held in higher places than you know. You are seen by more eyes than you can count. The heavens have called you by name. You were not forgotten. You were being prepared. And now it is done. That pain you've carried in silence, that secret grief, that guilt you thought no one understood, heaven saw it all. And heaven has answered, not with thunder, not with punishment, not with distance, but with presence. The presence you felt while reading this. That warmth. That pressure in your chest. That sudden flood of tears you didn't expect. That's heaven. That's Michael. That's your loved one saying, I'm here. I never left. And I'm never leaving you again. You're going to feel them now in music, in wind, in sudden joy, in divine interruptions. They will speak through animals, through numbers, through timing so perfect you'll be unable to explain it. That's not your imagination. That's your new relationship with them. A holy one. A permanent one. And now, the final message, don't be afraid of your new beginning. The past served you, but the future is calling you. I will walk with you as you forgive, as you risk again, as you say yes to what scares you. I will be there when you doubt. I will be there when you win. I will be there when you forget who you are, and I'll help you remember. Just promise me this, don't disappear into grief again. Don't silence your light again. You survived. Now live. And when it's your time, many, many years from now, I will be the first face you see on the other side. And you'll finally understand. None of it was in vain. Michael is now gently stepping away. The energy is shifting. But the message will stay with you forever. This wasn't just an encounter. It was a handoff, a healing, a resurrection. You are not broken. You are not cursed. You are not abandoned. You are chosen, covered, loved, and now awakened. From this moment on, the world will feel different. It won't just be the world that changed. It's you. Your spirit has heard the sound of heaven. Your heart has remembered its true name. And your journey is now divinely marked by light, by love, and by the one who never truly left you. Goodbye for now, but not for long. Because love like this, it always finds a way to return.